Kirishima has made dramatic advances in his race against time to be fit for May. He put his tightly taped neck and shoulder through 17 bouts on Monday during a visit to Tokitsukaze Stable, testing more venomous tachiais on Shodai and Mitake-umi. The first time in ages that I've gone in straight with the head, while looking out for my neck, of course, the Ozeki revealed. And today shows, chimed in coach Asanoyama, that his neck is not the thing holding him back. The shoulder is paining him slightly perhaps, but it all looks far better than 2 days ago. At last, he can fight like the real Kirishima again. And it seems, after an inspiring break to take in World Championship boxing at a raucous Tokyo Dome last night, that Kirishima went on in the same sumo vein this morning. At the formal Tokitsukaze group practice on the sumo school dohyos. There he fought 25 times straight against 8 different salaried men, gripping, shoving and throwing well, losing 2 bouts to Daieisho but winning all the rest. And that included going 7-0 against chiseled Wakamoto Haru. The neck pain is virtually gone, a relieved Kirishima announced. And although I'm not charging 100%, I'm no longer confined to receiving. And the taping is just a precaution, coach Asanoyama added. If Kirishima's mind is in the right place, he'll surely escape demotion. And I told him to make more use of his right. Daieisho was reading his overused left. The coach played down suggestions, though, that his charge could push for the title this time. Fellow session member Daieisho did 22 bouts this morning. I felt I really hit my flow in several of those bouts, he said. And he was most amused at his match with special guest star Tamawashi, which turned into a rare belt battle between avid thrusters. Because sometimes in tournament situations, that's what you have to do, Eisho grinned. The biggest training news right now concerns Kotozakura, though. He went 10-0 against Kotoshoho and visiting Asanoyama yesterday, saying, "My bout count's not really high enough, but I'm getting stuff done each day. I know expectations are higher now. It's like I'm fighting on a different stage and expected to get 10 wins every time." Today, though, he only got 2 against visiting Onosato, who beat him 6 times in return, overwhelming him with impact force. It's not nice to head into a meet while harboring various doubts, Sato said, and today really put me at ease. I've got a really nice flow going now, and I'll seek to push on from here. It seems he boldly requested this session after slipping up against Kotozakura at All Stables practice last week. Onosato went 13-6 in total today, taking 7 from 11 bouts off Kotoshoho and Asanoyama. Kotozakura also trounced Asanoyama by 6 bouts to love. Other dramatic developments came at Takasago Stable. Yesterday, the master there hinted Asanoyama would not compete. The fighter himself this morning made a long overdue return to the ring, but could only stamp his feet a little. "I'm sorry, but in this current condition, I'm far from good to go," Asa said, his clearest nod to a pull-out so far. "I would risk shortening my wrestling career going in like this. Over the last few months, of course, I've been able to cover for various injured parts, but I can't cover for an injured knee." And yet, Coach Takasago insisted, I can't quite rule him out now. Might Asa be looking at another midway start, against perhaps everyone's better judgment? Incidentally, his recent knocks, and the one Takeru Fuji suffered against him, have amplified calls for a revival of the old public injury system, which saw wrestler ranks protected following damage sustained in official bouts. The initial system was scrapped due to wrestler misuse, injuries suffered pre-meet being passed off as stemming from bouts. Takasago Stable's biggest X-star has referred on X to this April as the long month from hell. "I'm finally getting my smile back and will face the next steps positively," ex-Yokozuna Asashoryu tweeted. It is worth stressing that although rumoured to have been treated for cancer, neither he, nor his nephew, nor indeed anyone connected with him has officially said this in public. Another unconfirmed rumour is that Onosato could be shorn of good sparring partners in future. His stable's assistant coach Nakamura, says News Post 7, received Sumo top brass permission last September to set up his own stable, and is looking at moving in to the old Michinoku building. Should that move go through, he will seek to take the wrestlers he personally persuaded to join: Tomokaze, Shirokuma, and Kaio, to name but 3. Onosato, just like them, hails from Nakamura's alma mater, but is seen as Coach Nishonoseki's man and would rather like to stay put. Nakamura, as you remember, has done this kind of impulsive thing before, dramatically tearing away from Oshiogawa Stable with several pupils loyal to him. His reason this time would be the same as last: worsening creative differences between himself and the master. Now, also providing health updates is Coach Asanoyama. On behalf of his stricken brother, Sanctuary actor Kensho Sawada, who suffered a brainstem hemorrhage on April 20th. "My brother can hear what I say to him," said a somber Asanoyama, "so I want to be able to tell him that my retirement event went okay. Obviously, he now won't be there to fight that final bout with me. There's no one else who can play that role. He's always been my biggest ally, my unconditional friend, and the man who knows me best. So we'll just forget this final bout idea." It seems Mr. Sawada's prognosis is better than that of a week ago. Long may that continue. And finally, 3 hearty cheers for Masaharu Goshima of Takushoku University, who has taken singles gold in the first university tournament of the new financial year. He'd been runner-up 5 times before, and scooped a team gold at World Amateurs, but never secured a student crown until this May the 3rd. The fearless human battering ram will finish his studies next year. Might a pro career be in store?